We've got a news alert here on former President Donald Trump's apparent about-face on Bud Light. Eamon Javers has the details. Eamon.
Hey there, Melissa. CNBC has learned the backstory to a social media post from former President Trump, which has gotten a lot of attention this week. On February 6th, Trump took to his Truth Social platform to argue that his supporters should give Anheuser-Busch a second chance in the wake of last year's controversy over the company's support for a transgender influencer. The former president appeared to be well informed of detailed aspects of the beer company's operations. He noted that the company spends $700 million a year with our great farmers, employs 65,000 Americans, and has provided scholarships to families of fallen members of the military. The former president wrote, Anheuser-Busch is a great American brand that perhaps deserves a second chance. Now, David Faber and I have been making calls on this, and we can report that the Trump post came after Dana White, president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, reached out directly to Trump to encourage positive commentary about Anheuser-Busch. That's according to a source familiar with the situation. Remember, in October, UFC announced a partnership with Anheuser-Busch to make Bud Light the official beer partner of the Ultimate Fighting Company in a deal that was reported at the time to be worth $100 million. In a press release announcing the deal, White said, there are many reasons why I chose to go with Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light, most importantly because I feel we are very aligned when it comes to our core values and what the UFC brand stands for. A spokesman for UFC declined to comment on the White-Trump conversation. In his post Tuesday, the former president threatened to release a list of companies other than Anheuser-Busch that he considers to be woke, and building a list and might just release it for the world to see, Trump wrote. His followers, Trump suggested, should be going after those companies that are looking to destroy America. That came after a post on February 4th, in which Trump was much more critical of Anheuser-Busch. On February 4th, Trump posted, the Bud Light ad will go down as the worst ad in history. In a matter of minutes, $30 billion worth of market cap simply disappeared from the face of the earth. Will they ever get it back? Who knows? But what a mess. So, Melissa, you can see the change in tone there between the February 4th post, very critical of Bud Light, and then that February 6th post urging that his followers should give Anheuser-Busch a second chance. Now we know the backstory to how that came to be, Melissa. Back over to you.
So let me get this straight, Eamon. So Dana White and UFC have a partnership with Bud Light. So Dana White calls the president and urges him to be more kind to Bud Light. What does Trump get out of this?
Well, that's a good question, Melissa, and we don't know. I mean, Dana White and Donald Trump are, I'm told, very close. They speak regularly. White is in contact with the former president on a regular basis, and obviously the timing of this is very important for Anheuser-Busch, right? This is just before the Super Bowl, obviously a big beer drinking event. Anheuser-Busch, the Wall Street Journal reported this week, they've got a big ad campaign for Bud Light coming up. They have been struggling in the wake of this sort of conservative criticism of the company for doing a deal with the transgender influencer back in April of last year. So for a year now almost, the company has been really struggling to win back support from that company, from that constituency. You saw Kid Rock out there shooting cases of Bud Light. It's been very damaging for the company. So clearly, Dana White, who has just gotten $100 million support from Anheuser-Busch, has a dog in that fight. And we are told Dana White called the former president and asked him to do this in so many words.